Test, 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 testing, testing, testing. Great, great. Woo!
How are you again? Shabbat Shalom.
We needed one more day of you.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, it's a little bit much.
How's the leg?
How's my leg?
Yeah.
Ronnie, it's your turn
My turn for
for
what?
candles.
Oh, lovely.
You haven't done it in a while. Myra, you did it. Haven't you done it recently? You don't want to go up? Okay, well, Ronnie will help us. Wow, we have a minion. I can't believe it. Hazinu is usually Shabbat Shuva, but not. Yeah, it's sad, but it's very sad, but. We used to, in London, we had a big dinner for our Chevra Kaddish people, men and women. Men and women. Okay, everybody, let's take your seats. We're only going to have an hour and 20-minute sermon. Other than that, it'll be a short service. You didn't like that idea. Marshall's here. Ah. Shabbat Shalom, my dear friend. You are the best. Oh, Susan. Shabbat Shalom, you dear. Boy, everybody, that's for posterity. Everybody heard that. Hey, who didn't? You better watch it. Who didn't get? Marsha, watch it because yours is coming next. All right, let's rise, everybody. It's after Yom Kippur, so just let it all go. It's Shabbat. Enjoy. We can eat again, drink again, and sleep again. So, Ronnie, you're up. Shabbat. The Shabbat before Sukkot. Is there a name to the Shabbat before Sukkot? Not really. It's Shabbat. He said, that's for sure. Yeah, the little, I keep forgetting that when I get the long matches. I keep forgetting. It's easy to do. It's yours.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehad l'knir shel Shabbat.
Amen. Beautiful voice. Remember how much fun we had with the songs of the 50s, 60s? The best music ever made. All right, let's begin. Page 10. Let's have a nice singing Shabbat.
Yedi nefesh
Avarach aman mishoch avdach eretzonach yarutz avdach kemo ayam yishtachaveh el muhadarach ki eravo yedidutach minofetzu bechol ta'am Adonai ziva olam nafshi cholat avata ana el narfanala ve'arola nam zivach asit chazek v'titrabeh v'hayetala shivchat olam yararai yararai rai 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 yararai rai 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 Randana, page 11.
Adonai, Nadia letzori sheinu, nekadma fana vetoda, bizmiro Nadia lo.
Asher v'yadakar yaretz, nivrach alivna v'seinu. I'll talk to you the V'nikim basama v'ibara shenisu v'yavotechem.
Arba'im shana kut bedor, va'omar amtoe levavim, v'hem lo yadu derachai, asher nishbati ve'avi, im yevon el menuchati.
Page 13, keep singing Shirur Adonai Shechadash.
Shir Adonai, Shir Chadash, Shir Adonai, Kol Haaretz, Shir Adonai, Orcho Shema, Asru V'yon Le'yom Yeshuato, Safru V'goyim Kevodo, V'chol Ha'amim Nifleotav, Ki Gadol Adonai, Adonai Shamayim Asa Hodeh Hadar Lefanav Tiferet B'mikdasho Havur Adonai Mishbechot Amim Havur Adonai Kavod Va'oz Havur Adonai Kavod Shema Adonai Ehad Kodesh Hilum Mipanav Kol Haaretz Imru V'goyim Adonai Malach Atikon Tevel B'Timon Yadin Amim V'Meisharim Yismechu Hashamayim V'Tagel Haaretz Yeram Mayam Umelo Ya'alo Sadai V'chol asher bo ay Az yeranenu kol aseya'at Lifnei Adonai Kiva Lishvot ha'aretz Yishvot tevel b'tzedek Ve'amim be'emunatay Yanai yarai rai yarararai Yai rai 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 Yai rai 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 Yai rai 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 Yai rai rai rai.
This is a beautiful reading that I just saw, and I'd like to share it with you. It's from, author's name is Ben Saul, but he wrote about the words that we share with each other, how important they are, especially on Shabbat. O God, whose word was a shield to our ancestors, speak to us again in our own day, words which will shield us too. When we are burdened with sorrow, shield us from despair with your word of comfort. When we are riddled by doubt, shield us from cynicism with your word of faith. When we are disappointed or despondent, shield us from depression with your word of hope. When we are bitter or angry, shield us from consuming hatred with your word of love. When we are overwhelmed by our adversaries, shield us from defeatism with your word of promise. And when we are troubled by turbulence in our lives, shield us from chaos and confusion with the assuring words of Shabbat peace. Amen. Continue on page 20. Romemu, last 3 lines in the Hebrew.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'hakosho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'hakosho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'hakosho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'hakosho.
Beautiful Psalm of David. Psalm 29, page 21.
Mizmor leDavid, Avul Adonai v'nelim, Avul Adonai, Kavod v'ozai, Avul Adonai, Kevo shemo ishtachavu Adonai be'adar kodesh. Kol Adonai aramayim el hakavod irim. Adonai aramayim rabim. Kol Adonai v'koach. Kol Adonai be'adar. Kol Adonai shaver arazim, vayeshaver Adonai et arzei alvanon, vayalkidem k'mo egel Levanon v'Siryon k'mo v'reimim. Kol Adonai chotzel artesh. Kol Adonai yachil midbar, yachil Adonai midbar kadesh. Kol Adonai cholel hayalot, vayechesot ye'arot uvechalot. Kulo omer kavod, Adonai lamavu yashav, vayeshev Adonai melech leolam. Adonai os le'amo yitzin. Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom. Yai rai rai rai, yai rai rai rai, yai rai rai yai rai rai, yai rai 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 rai.
Lachadodi, page 23.
Lechadodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. 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 Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם תפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקרא כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקרא כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקרא כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקרא כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה, קום מצאים מתוך אפיך, מראש מקדם so must have what do we do? Like Ravlak Shevet Kabacha. We did that. Vehu Yachmo. Dash Melech Il Melucha. Kum Mitzei Mitoch Afecha. Ravlak Shevet Kabacha. Vehu Yachmo Ala Yitzhak. Please rise, everyone. Dodi Likra Kala. פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Last stanza.
בואי ושלום עצרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Please be seated. Let's say Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Sorry about that. My mind was drifting along. Shabbat Shalom. With all my love for the best people in the world.
Shabbat Shalom.
I love you so much. Thank you for everything. Now you get it from me, boy. You. Shabbat Shalom. Excuse me. We have one guest here. Newcomer. I shouldn't say guest because now you're an old comer. You want to say hello to everybody? Shh.
Hello, everybody.
Wait, we have a newcomer here.
My name is Eddie. I just moved here from Tel Aviv after 10 years.
10 years in Israel?
10 years.
Yes.
With my dog.
Yes, sir.
My son is in Fort Myers, which is why I moved to this area. And I'm very, very connected to Israel, and I'm on the phone with people all the time.
Good.
I will be going annually in May or June to visit friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
And there aren't any sirens going off. My dog is responding really well, and it looks like there may be a peace coming.
There might be. I always
might be. They announced it.
If it's an armistice, we'll be very happy with that, an end of the conflict. But I don't think there'll ever be peace with these groups. That's a huge term. Well, that's stopping the war. You know, that's all Israel wants. Yeah, that's all. That's right. If it can bring Israel security, peace, quiet, they don't need to love us. That's what? They what? Yeah. That's right. Mm-hmm. They have to stop wanting to kill our children and their own. Exactly right. Okay, that's the Shabbat prayer we all have. We share it with you. Welcome, Ellie. Page 28. Sadi Katamar Yifrach.
Tzadikat amar yifrach ke'eres balevanon yizkeh shetoli beveit Adonai bechasrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yenovon deseva deshainim verananim leagid ki yashar Adonai tzuri velo avlatavo. Page 29, Adonai Melech Levash Levash Adonai Ositazar. Nasu narot Adonai nasu narot kol ha'mizon lachyan. Mikolot mayim rabim adirim mishpereyam adir b'maron Adonai elotecha ne'enu me'od lebeitecha na'ava kodesh Adonai le'orech yamim. The Mourner's Kaddish before the evening service, page 30. We have any yahrzeits here? Certainly at home, so let's recite the Kaddish for all who... Oh, here we go. Okay, good. Let's recite together on page 30. Kaddish Yatom. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba v'yamad yivarach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yamechon uv'chayei d'kol beit Yisrael Bagala v'izman kari v'imru, Amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarach elam elomei almaya. Yipparaf v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei dekudusha b'richu ve'ela min kol bechata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechamata damiran bi'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehesh lama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. There are two, Shabbat Shalom everybody, there's two central themes of this portion, Ha'azinu, which is a very difficult text to translate. The Hebrew is very difficult. We'll be reading tomorrow. I think there are two major points here in Moses' last shir, his poem, his song to the people of Israel before he left the people of Israel. And that is, tomorrow we'll be talking about music, the place of music in Jewish tradition. So I'm going to share some thoughts about that, classical and contemporary music. But the other thing is I just want to share tonight the seventh verse of, I forgot the 31st, I forgot which chapter number it is, in Deuteronomy of Ha'azinu, has three words that always resonated with me, Zechor Yamot Olam. Remember the days of old, especially as we get ready for Sukkot. We Jews have had this great ability of never forgetting our history, our past. And because of the past, we're well informed about the present and moving forward into the future. We speak of our heroes, we speak of our enemies, we speak of the whole gamut of our history in order to teach us that there's nothing more important than knowing the past. Because of the latest polls on what our young people are not knowing about the past, let alone Jewish past for Jewish kids, but American kids know nothing about the past. It's appalling. They did, when I was in London, they did polls of kids in the UK,
And they really didn't, they didn't really know anything about the Holocaust, even though with all the education programs they've had, even of their own history. And what is really appalling, besides the illiteracy tests taken in math and English and basics, our kids know nothing about U.S. government, Constitution, Declaration of Independence, and our holidays. You just think about how important our holidays are to nurturing our values that are timeless. Our holidays are becoming like excuses for barbecues, you know, Memorial Day or Martin Luther King Day. Oh, it's another day to go shopping, et cetera, July the 4th. And so America doesn't have as a whole, maybe it used to, but it doesn't have as a whole what we have tried to teach the world, that you have to secure the past. You all know the story of Napoleon when he came to the shores of Eretz Yisrael in 1801. There were Jews there. In Jaffa, he landed there. It was a total disaster for Napoleon's troops. They went to battle against the Turks, and they were wiped out, and then half of them died of hunger. It was a disaster. But he was there in the summer, and he was in, it wasn't Israel then, it was called Syrio-Palestina. That's all the non-Jews governments always called it that. Jerusalem wasn't any capital. There were still more Jews even then than any other group of people in Jerusalem. But Napoleon, they said he was in Jaffa, where he spent most of his time at, Caesarea, the west coast there, where he had a terrible time. But he noticed that on Tisha B'Av he heard noises from the synagogue, wailing on Tisha B'Av. He said, "What's going on here?" And someone had to point out, well, there are Jews there, and it's Tisha B'Av. Why are they wailing and crying about it? They're wailing about the loss of their two temples in Jerusalem back in 586 BCE and 70. I mean, it's almost like a weird, to most people it's very strange. But he did make a comment, apparently. We don't know how true it is, but I like the legend where he said, any people that is remembering their past like that, even though they don't have to, will someday come back, and this will be their home forever. So maybe Napoleon wasn't the greatest character in the world. We could discuss that. He was a very mixed figure for sure. But that was a profound comment. And that's what this portion teaches us, the importance of our knowing history. This I try to do. I got my doctoral work in history. Also be noted from the Jewish Theological Seminary that I always admired that all the chancellors until recently, until the last, was a scholar in Jewish history until the last chancellor. But Louis Finkelstein and Solomon Schechter, Louis Finkelstein, Gerson Cohen, Ismar Schorsch, they were all history professors. That's where they got their mark. So you will get a dose of history, because this is the way we nurture our identity and understanding of who we are. And that's why the Jewish holidays are so beautiful, because it allows us to capture different motifs of our Jewish past. What is the motif that we learn? The theme of Sukkot is about redemption, about our people's travels through the Sinai desert, on their way to the land of Israel. So there's an expectation of a fulfillment of history, which is what Sukkot is all about. So we learn from our historical experiences, and the Torah continues to remind us that we can never forget our history, otherwise we'll forget who we are. So all those attempts, in fact, I had a discussion with someone, I know what it was, about renaming the military bases. Bragg, there was one other, named after Confederate officers. Very complicated question about that. When I was in Germany, there were monuments, memorials, for all kinds of Nazi military figures everywhere in Germany, almost everywhere you went. And it doesn't mean that Germany was lauding their Nazi past, and maybe it was, from my point of view, I wish they all obviously would go away. But there is something about, I remember I was with them, I'm going off on a tangent, I was with my daughter and son, and we were on the battlefield of Bull Run, which is the first major battle of the Civil War, and then was followed by another battle which was called Manassas by the Confederates and Bull Run by the Northerners, whatever, but in that area. And there was a monument for Stonewall Jackson. That's where he got his name, where he stood firm against the Yankee troops and whatnot. And it enabled us, you know, one could say, get rid of Stonewall Jackson, he was a Confederate. But I have to tell you, it enabled us. My kids did not become Confederate lovers, but it enabled us to talk about the Civil War, what happened, who Stonewall Jackson was, why there was fighting, what happened. And that's why we have to be careful about, you know, New York City, they removed the statue of Thomas Jefferson because he was a slave owner. You could say that about George Washington, James Madison, Thomas Jefferson, not John Adams, James Monroe, almost all of our former presidents from the South, they were all slave owners. But you can't cut that out. It was part of a different period of time. And that's why we remember in our past, we don't make Moses and Jacob and everybody an instant hero. They did a lot of terrible things, but it's part of our past. We continue to talk about it, and as a result of remembering it, we come away much stronger. So this is my prayer for America, that we restore our understanding of history, and especially for Jews. How can we possibly understand what's going on in Israel without a deep sense of understanding Jewish history? So that's what I'm going to keep doing. Yemod Zachor Yemot Olam. Remember the days of yore, of old. Please rise. Page 39a, Baruch Hu.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
Please be seated. The first blessing and praise of God's creation. Ma'avir yom u'mevi layla.
מעביר יום ומביא לילה, מבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני, המרי והרבים.
Amen. Our praise of God's gift of Torah, page 40,
אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אהבת. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו, בשוכבנו ובקומנו, נשיח בחוקך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ויורך ימינו ויורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, באהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
Join together, please. Let's join together in the Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. V'yahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha, v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha v'dibata bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uvshapecha uvkumecha ukshatam liot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'isharecha. Page 42 in silence, the rest of the Shema. Vayomer Adonai Moshe lemor daber. Leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim l'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Adonai Elohechem
Page
Emet.
44.
Malchuton beratzon kiblu aleihem. Moshe Miriam v'nei Yisrael echanu shira v'simcha rabba v'yameru chulam. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha ne'edar ba'kodesh. Nora teilot osefele Malechutecha ra'u vanecha Okei hayam lifnei Moshe Zeili anu ve'amru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed V'ne'emar kifad Adonai Yaakov u'geolo mi'ad chazak mimenu Baruch at Adonai Kal Yisrael.
Amen. We turn to page 45 for our prayer for peace. Hashkivenu. Lots of prayers for peace.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechayim u'shmor tzeiteinu u'vo'einu lechayim u'shalom me'atza ve'ad olam ve'ad olam ve'ad olam Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechayim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechayim U'faros aleinu sukat shalomecha Baruch at Adonai Haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim.
Amen. Please rise. Page 46. Let's sing together. V'shamru.
V'shameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם איי ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת וינפש יתגדל ויקדש שמי רבה אלמד יבקרותיי וימליך מלכותיי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי לכל בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה יתברך וישתבח ויפאר ויתאמן וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה בריחו לעילם מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן בעלמה ויאמרו אמן.
Our silent Amidah for Shabbat Eve begins on page 47 and silently through page 52. No extra passages, just the regular Shabbat Amidah in silence. Baruch atah Adonai. Kadosh. You be seated. We have completed the Amidah, our prayer for peace. Shalom Rav al Yisrael. Page 51.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tzov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael v'chol leit v'chol shah tishlomecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Top of page 53. Vayachulu Hashamayim.
Vayechulu hashamayim ve'haaretz v'chol tzvam vayechal Elohim bayom hashvi'i melachto asher asa vayishbot bayom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa vayevarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i vayekadesh oto כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו, אשר ברא אלוהים, אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל, אלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, האל עליון, קונה שמיים וארץ, מגן אבות בדברו, מחיי מתים במאמרו, האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו, המניח לעמו ביום שבת קודשו, כי בם רצה להניח להם, כי בם רצה להניח להם, לפניו נבוא ביראה ופחד, ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד, בהון הברכות. אל ההודעות אדון השלום, מקדש השבת ומברך שביעי, ומניח בקדושה לעמד ושני עונג, זכר למעשה בראשית. אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, רצי מנוחתנו, קדשנו במצוותיך ותן חלקנו בתורתך, שבענו מטובך ושמחנו בישועתך, ותהל ליבנו לעבדך באמת, והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה ורצון שבת קודשך, וינוחובה ישראל מקדשי שמך, ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Amen. Kaddish Shalem, page 54.
יתגדל ויגדש שמי רבה, ואלמדי וקירותי והמליך מלכותי, בחייכון ובימיכון ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בגלה בזמן קריב ימרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם ועולמי עלמיה יתברך, יתברך וישתבח יפה ותמה וינשא, יתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי לקודשה בריחו, ואלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה ויאמרו אמן. תגבר סרטון וארטון לכל ישראל, כל דם ובעודי בשמיה ויאמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה משמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום יומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו
Amen. We rise for Kiddush, for Shabbat, these holy hours of Shabbat. Let's sanctify together.
סברי חבריי, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן.
Amen.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו בשבת קודשו, באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Amen. Delicious. Aleinu, page 56.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושב יקרה בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת. אין עוד. מלכי נקבלך אדוני. ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. Page 59, silently let's read the beautiful 27th Psalm that's recited until the end of Sukkot, because find the reference there to Sukkot in the 27th Psalm. Yitzbaneni besukko biyom ra'a. Ashir b'zbechaladai. Taster panecha mimeni. Al ticheni v'al tazveni alishi. Orein atakech. Cheni pardu mishatai. Tifni b'sarai ki kamas. Lulei hamanti lord b'tuv Adonai b'eretz chayim kavel Adonai chazar v'yam b'etzlipech.
האמנתי לראות בטוב אדוני בארץ חיים, קבל אדוני, חזק ויאמץ ליבך וקבל אדוני.
We remember the yard sites the week of Sukkot coming. We remember Louis Safer, Arnold Bloch, Sylvia Krantz, Morton Glickman, Sophia Goldberg, Samuel Goldis, June Hartka Blausting, Gloria Weisberg Jacobs, Meyer Kaplan, Edward Schustak, Simon Chrysler, Dolores Gamerman, Cindy Greenberger, Zello Jaffe, Ida Schwartz, Sylvia Coleman, Morris Cover, Faye Rosenberg, Sherry Newman, Elsie Rawson, should pronounce it right, Joseph Rubin, Marietta Rubin, Annette Torup, Sylvia Winnicott, E. Harvey Silver, Tzvi Orenstein, Richard Salaman, Samuel Berger, William Chait, Jack Ross, Leonard Vandroff, Lena Wegger, Morton Weitzner, and Harry Prigger, all of blessed memory. So those remembering yard sites, those remember who are still in mourning at home as well, please rise and we join together in the Kaddish Tom in their memory. Page 58. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach chirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon, uv'yom echon, uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agalah, uv'zman kariv, v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach, elam elomei almaya, yiparach, v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitalev, v'yitalal, shemei de kudusha, brichu, La'ela min kol bechata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechamata, Damiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imrumav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May their memories be a blessing. Susan, you're the one. She has.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you, Rabbi Altshuler,
My
and
pleasure.
thank you, Cantor Teibel, for a beautiful service. We welcome you, everyone, and here are the announcements for today. On Sunday, we'd like it if you could join us October 5th for our Sukkah raising at 10 a.m. Sukkot services this coming Tuesday and Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. TBS offices are closed. Shmini Atzeret service Tuesday, October 14th at 9:30. And don't miss our Simchat Torah celebration Tuesday, October 14th at 6 p.m. with singing, Israeli dancing lessons, and lots of fun.
I think that's Wednesday night, the next
Is
night.
it Wednesday? Okay.
I think, yeah, if it's written that way, it's, yeah.
Okay.
Shmini Atzeret, all the holidays begin Tuesday night, and then Wednesday night is the
Okay.
last. Yeah,
Well, thank
so.
you for the correction. Okay.
I know, well, we have the 2-day
Okay.
Mishugas.
Well, okay. So I will correct that. It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday night.
Okay. And then on October 7th, please join us for a film, Bearing Witness to the Massacre, Thursday, October 16th at 2 p.m. Please register today. My Life in 10 Minutes monthly series begins October 18th. Rabbi Altshuler's Wednesday classes begin October 22nd, from the Shoah to the Rebirth of Israel. Okay, and calling all children to bring your favorite stuffed animal for Noah's Ark Shabbat. Get it blessed before going on to the on the SS TBS on Saturday, October 25th. Register for first men's club breakfast program of the season, Sunday, October 26th at 9:30. Early bird registration is $15 and $20 at the door. Cash or checks only. What's this? Original Sin, adaptation of Mark Twain's Diaries of Adam and Eve. Okay, and that's it for the announcements.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you so much. Let's conclude our service on page 61. 62, Yigdal.
יגדל אלוהים חי וישתבח נמצא בעיני אל מציאותו אחד בן יחיד כייחודו נעלם גם יסוד לאחדותו אין לו דמות הגוף ואין הגוף לא נערוך אליו קדושתו כמון לכל דבר אשר נברא ראשון לראשית לראשיתו הינו אדון עולם וכל נוסר יורה גדולתו ומלכותו שפע נבואתו נתנו אל אנשי סגולתו את תפארתו לקם מישראל כמו שאור נביא ומעביד את אמונתו תורת אמת נתן לעמו אל היה נביאו נאמן ביתו לא יכל לפעל ולא ימיר דתו לעולמים לזולתו סופר יודע סצרנו מביא לסוף דבר בקדמתו גומל לאיש חסד כמפעלו נותן לראש הרע כרישתו ישלח לכס ימין משיחנו לכתוב נחי כקץ ישועתו מתים יחייל ברוך חסדו ברוך הדעה שם תהילתו מתים יחייל ברוך חסדו ברוך הדעה שם תהילתו.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Blessings, goodness, kindness, peace.